He won the Masters, he won the FedExCup, really, he probably won 2020. And today, we're going to help you get wide and long like DJ. Dustin Johnson, from a golfing sense, is a freak of an athlete. He has incredible range, incredible flexibility, super strong core, and then obviously a huge amount of speed and power. But there are a lot of elements that go into that and how you can create performance based on your own physical attributes. So, what can you learn from DJ? 1, swing your swing. You have to understand your body, you have to know how to get the most out of it, and then match your training to exactly that. 2, assess your weaknesses and work on everything, okay? In terms of a physical side, you need mobility, you need more flexibility, you need stability, core strength, and then you need that explosive and powerful side to really play the game the way that you want to. So here, we're gonna take you through a 3-step process to get wide and long. Step 1 is flexibility and mobility. Your muscles, your body has to be able to go through the required range of motion to execute the movements that we are looking for. And these 3 movements are incredible for increasing your capacity to create range and separation from your upper to lower body, which is hugely beneficial to your golf swing. Movement number 1, often called the ultimate stretch, is going to be the split stance T-spine rotations. We're going to take 1 foot out in front into a deep lunge position. The trail knee can be off the ground if possible, rest it if needed, and from there we're going to work around the spine in the biggest range of motion possible through the thoracic spine, the middle of your back, creating the most optimal and efficient rotational position. From there we move into the lying floor separation, which is going to see us working against the upper and lower body, creating that separation that we talked about, and again, going through the range of motion based on the spine and the thoracic positioning. Okay, so here, you're gonna take the opposite hand, hold the back of your leg, starting vertically. Using the breath, you're then going to take your opposing arm to the ground, creating a huge amount of range of motion throughout the whole system and work down to the ground. Your breath work really is important here. The more you breathe, the more you'll access that range of motion and the greater progress you will see over time. The final movement is going to be the rotation, the golf swing rotation. There are lots of variations here. You can do it seated, which obviously stops you from rotating the hips, isolates the upper body. You can do it standing, where you really do isolate upper and lower as well. However, what I want you to do here, and the way that I see you making the most progress right now, is to allow yourself to rotate whilst creating resistance through your feet. The awareness and the proprioception of the ground is huge for your swing, so practicing it with this drill is not only going to improve your rotation and your range of motion, it's also going to enhance your feeling of connection to the ground.
Oh, that's it hard.
Yeah.
And he likes it too, which means it's good. Oh, it's beyond that. Here we go.
Oh man.
Yeah, you might as well go
Unbelievably good.
Just go in, just go in.
Step 2, we are going to look at building on your functional capacity to execute movement. Here, we're going to use resistance bands because of the way that they increase resistance, they increase awareness of motion, and allow you to work against a variable force to create some amazing patterns of movement. Okay, we're going to stay on the rotational side and the core side to get you some incredible results. So, movement number 1 is going to be the split switch stance torso rotations. With the asymmetry of the feet, the quick alignment of the core based on explosive movements, you really do have to be balanced, coordinated, and stable to execute this move well. Okay, so we're going to switch feet, we're going to rotate. We're always going to work both sides, guys, all right? So when you land with your feet, make sure, like we did with the stretching, that your ability to use the ground and stabilize is on point, and then your rotation is powerful and efficient. Movement number 2 is going to be the reverse lunge into torso rotation. Okay, this is a similar pattern, however we get different activations of the lower body and a different amount of stability going through the spine and the core because of that lunge position. And as we start to rotate, again, I want you to be extremely aware of how well you activate your core, stabilize the spine, and then create a movement around that position. That is exactly how we create the best golf swing possible. Movement number 3 simply is going to be the core pull down. Okay, this is going to be huge for getting everything working, both with the anterior, the front, the core, and the posterior, as we look to create a great spine angle, lots of activation, and a powerful movement pattern.
So he's really in a position to make up some ground here. Boy, this is on a fantastic line, just left of it.
Yep, going over the tree line and landing about 10 feet away. What a shot.
And step 3 is going to be power and stability, because you can have all the range in the world. If you can't connect yourself to the ground and your movement around a solid core, solid legs, and basically good positioning, is not going to be as effective and optimal as it possibly could be. So we have 3 movements here that are going to enhance your ability to create power through the ground, stabilize your body, and amp up that power. Number 1 is going to be the weighted squat. Lots of variations here. You can use a med ball, kettlebell, barbell, or basically any object that is going to add that stimulus. And starting out, I would always try and have the weight loaded on the front side, because that really does enhance your positioning and your awareness of your spine angle and core all the way through the movement. We're looking to load the posterior chain, feel the ground, and create the best squat execution you possibly can. Movement number 2 is going to be the box jump. This is hugely powerful. We're using that natural load of the ground, that compression, to elevate and create huge power. If you combine squats and box jumps, you're going to see some real gains in terms of your use of the ground and power in your golf swing. So when you jump, make sure you compress into the ground, accelerate off both feet, use your arms, use your momentum, and always land solidly. If you don't have a box, work on a broad jump. It's going to be just as effective in a different plane, okay? And movement number 3, one of our favorites, is going to be the split stance med ball slam. Again, carrying over from the functional movements of the bands, splitting the feet, organizing your hips and lower body to stabilize them against the ground, whilst then creating an explosive movement, is going to be huge in terms of creating a stable, powerful golf swing. So here, set yourself into a lunge pattern. You are going to bring the ball up and over and accelerate, release as hard as possible over that lead side, hit the ground, and really create some power in those slams. Those are the 3 stages you need to get your body in the best golfing shape possible. And nobody does it better than 2020 Masters champion, Dustin Johnson. Create the movement, align your body to your needs, and then create some incredible speed and power. This is the pathway to golf performance, and with consistent work and consistent application, you can change your game.